Hey guys, I just went live and realized I hadn't opened up the video to the public. Whoops. So this is my redo. I'm Arwen. I am the professional joy seeker. I'm also a real psychic, and yeah, real one. I do mediumship work. I know I talk to the dead. And I write books. I write decks. What else do I do? Oh, I do readings for people. And I have a magazine. I am also a mad fan of RuPaul's Drag Race. Wasn't always. My then boyfriend, now husband, and my best friend both loved it and would talk about it. I was like, okay, fine. I feel left out. I'm going to watch it. I'm generally not a big reality TV person. But oh boy, fun. Did I love that show. So I'm going to get my phone and do not disturb, because if I don't, the minute I don't, somebody will call. So let's recap. I did a video. There's a link in the description box. Right when the season started, and we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 contestants. And here's what I said. I just put them in the order I could think of them. So Asia O'Hara got Knight of Pentacles. Mayhem Miller, 2 of Cups. Eureka O'Hara. Eureka, is she also an O'Hara? I think she might be. O'Hara maybe. Knight of Swords. Calorie Kardashian Williams, 5 of Pentacles. Vanessa Vanjie Mateo, Vanjie, got the Ace of Pentacles. Yahuwah Hamasaki got Temperance. Blair St. Clair got the Hanged Man. Monet Exchange got Strength. Cameron Michaels got the Page of Swords. Monique Hart, King of Cups. Dusty Ray Bottoms, 8 of Pentacles. The Vixen, 4 of Cups. And Aquaria, 3 of Pentacles. Now, we're down to four of them. 4 great queens. And this is the first season where I've been like, I love them all. There's something I adore about all 4 of the finalists, and I'm really thrilled to see them. But let's talk about it. Eureka got the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is the intellectual in terms of he's a thinker. He's, always poking and prodding. And we did see that with Eureka, right? She and the Vixen. Whoo, boy. Did y'all see last week? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Vanjie. And then Asia got Knight of Pentacles. Slow mover, steady, on pace, very focused on status and how to climb and how to move. So that makes sense for those 2. Now let me go all the way down to Cameron, who got the Page of Swords. Now, all 3 of them have court cards. I think that's kind of interesting. Monique Hart also was a court card, but she was a king. Cameron got the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is an interesting one because it's generally a student. They're a learner. They can be a little quiet. There can be addiction things happening with the Page of Swords. If there's any addiction with Cameron, it's probably to pretty clothes and tattoos, right? And the gym. Because Cameron's our gym rat. And then Aquaria got the 3 of Pentacles. Group effort, working with others to be successful, being seen by others. Really interesting for Aquaria. I will have to say that the Vixen got the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups is the person who's looking at what they've lost and not looking at what they're being offered. I wasn't a Vixen fan. I'll just say that right now. I know a lot of people are. I think there's a lot of good to her. I really do. I think her political drag is probably fucking amazing. And the Black Girl Magic show, I'd love to see that. But I think the way she handled some of it was intentionally disruptive. But let's look at, and I was a huge Calorie Kardashian fan, right? Because she's from New Mexico. We're going to go back to the Bad Bitches Tarot. This is by Ethany Dawn. And we're going to dive in. And if y'all wouldn't mind sharing this link, I'd really appreciate it. I'd love to get Okay, I'm just going to put it out there. I would love for one of the queens or all of them to hear about this video and come and say hi. I just would. I'm such a fangirl. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do 3 card readings for each of them. So it's going to be and I'm going to look at the theme for them Thursday, and this is going to be the energy around them. I'm going to look at what blesses them and what challenges them. We're going to start with Aquaria. We're going to do it alphabetically. So Aquaria, Asia, Eureka, Cameron. And let's go with Aquaria first. What does Aquaria look like for Thursday? What are her chances of winning? What do we need to know about Aquaria? And feel free to shout out who you are. If you're Team Aquaria, Team Asia O'Hara, Team Eureka, Team Cameron, just shout it out. Cameron's with a K. Cameron is a K. So, at least I think Cameron's a K. I may be wrong, but hey, K. This is for Aquaria. Aquarius theme, 6 of Wands, y'all. That's actually the card of the winner, the card of the beginner, not the beginner, but that's card of the winner. It's the victory card is the word I'm trying to get to. So, okay's for the Dallas girl. I know, okay. So that's a really good card for Aquaria. Like, that's the winner card. But let's see the others. And I'm going to mix all the cards back in, so I'm doing a full deck for each person, so we may see some similar stuff. The blessing for Aquaria, the Knight of Pentacles. Now, that was Cameron's card in the original, but this is absolutely money, moving forward, success, the banker, lots of prosperity. The challenge for Aquaria, the Queen of Swords. Now, what's funny is I see that as Cameron. It looks like Cameron to me. But the Queen of Swords it says that what's going to get in the way for Aquaria is her own mental stuff, her own mental hangups. And we've seen that from Aquaria. We've seen her kind of trip herself up, kind of overthink herself, and really getting in her own way because she's not getting out of her own head. So Cameron also does that a little bit, but we've seen that with Aquaria. And somebody said they weren't really great with Aquaria in the beginning, but it was interesting to get her to know her better. And absolutely, Rowan, I absolutely agree with that. And I'm really glad they kind of nipped that Ms. Cracker Aquaria whole thing in the bud that Vixen tried to stir up at the beginning. And I love Ms. Cracker. Let me just go out there and tell you, I loved her. I think she's hysterical. But let's look next at Asia and see what we get from Miss Asia. We want to know what Asia's chances are on Thursday. What does she look like? What's the energy? What does she need to know, good and bad? I'll say she needs to know I'm reading for her. And typically, I won't do this kind of reading because it's a third-party reading. But because they're public figures, and I'm not really prying, I feel like I'm okay. Asia gets the 7 of Cups. Lots of choices, dithering about choices, and perhaps getting a little emotionally over-engaged in things. So it's really interesting to see the 7 of Cups. This is the daydreamer. And in this case, she may be up in her heart. Her emotions may get the best of her. So we'll have to see. And like I said, I love them all. Her blessing. Oh, the 7 of Swords. That's the card. That's the stealing card. So it's an interesting blessing because maybe it says she's going to organize her thoughts, get herself together, and really target it. And maybe she'll wear stripes. let's see what her challenge is. The Three of Pentacles. Now, this was Aquaria. How interesting that challenges are coming up as these other cards, right? The challenge is working with others and putting her best work forward. So if Asia doesn't put her best work forward, she's going to get dinged on that. From Asia, we move over to Eureka. If I'm right, and Eureka is and Cameron is a K, can somebody correct me on that? I thought I looked it up. I thought Cameron Michaels was a K. But we're going to look at Miss Eureka and see what we need to know about Eureka for Thursday. What do the cards say to us about Eureka? Three of Swords. Ouch! I'm Team Eureka, y'all. I just have to put that out there. That's a broken heart. That's backstabbing, betraying, and we've seen a little edginess to Eureka. Some of the right here at the end, I think some of the pressure's building up, and she's getting a little pointed in some of her stuff. So this may not be a good sign for my girl Eureka. It may be that, heartbreak and upset, and there may be some backstabbing. There may be some treachery happening. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that, but that, it makes me think of Tanya Harding kneecapping Nancy Kerrigan. Okay, Tanya didn't do it. What is Eureka's blessing? Now, this is a great one because this kind of overturns that 3. That's a successful woman. That is the 9 of Pentacles, and that's the woman who gets what she wants and has come so far and is a really major success card. So that's a nice card for her. A 3 of Swords, though, it may be that she gets stuck in her heart about wanting everybody to win because she is kind of that I love y'all all kind of person. We'll have to see. Queen of Swords comes up again. Again, that's kind of a Cameron card, but she and Cameron are good friends. Being those two Tennessee girls. But again, it could be your own thoughts that get in her way. She could be, she could self-sabotage by thinking she's not good enough, she doesn't deserve it, fat girls don't win. There's a whole lot of things you can do to yourself to kind of trip yourself up. That 3 of Swords really troubles me, and I'm trying to think how to put a positive spin on it. The only thing would be, that she gets it together and, gets over backstabbing or betrayal. I hope it doesn't mean she's going to do it. That'd make me sad. I can't see her doing that. Now, the last is Miss Cameron Michaels. And Cameron's been one of our little dark horses for this race. She's been really quiet and just success every time and 3 bottom 2s, and she has lip synced her ass off. Just wow. So let's see what Cameron. Yes, not a huge Aquaria fan, but she did show a lot of personal growth. Absolutely. So let's see. And Aquaria is young. How young is she? She's like 23 or something. Isn't she one of the youngest ones? Or maybe Valentina was. But let's see what we need to know about Cameron. This is for Cameron Michaels for Thursday. And we want to know what we need to know about Cameron's chances. Now, this is interesting, right? Who did that come up for? Was that Miss Asia that came up as her blessing? This is Cameron, 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords is the sneaky bastard card. It's about things being taken, your ideas, your thoughts being used by somebody else. It's not a good card, right? So Eureka and Cameron both have these negative court cards. Interesting. She's not as experienced, Pepper Jackie. She's not. She wasn't even doing, I don't think she was even being a full-time professional queen. She's a hairdresser. So that's a really good point to make out there. Asia, I love because she's gonna do good if she wins. She's really focused on the community. You know, Eureka's coming at it from kind of fat girl win, and she's really talented. I mean, Eureka's amazingly talented, right? And she's like, I love Ginger Minge, Glamour Toad. What was she? Season 8, I think. But anyway, let's look at Cameron's blessing. The moon. Mystery, intuition, seeing things in a different light. And I think if Kameron presents herself in a really different way, a really different, comes out and shows just how different she can be, that may give her an edge. But what's Cameron's challenge? Y'all, it's the Five of Wands. This is the card of competition, strife, and I really think what this says is that Kameron actually doesn't like competition. You know how some of us rise up when you give us a little bump, right? And yes, Rowan said, now we saw Aquaria lip sync when all 4 of them lip synced. I thought Aquaria was way, way good. I really was impressed with her lip syncing. And they all 4, man, they threw it down, right? From those cards, though, I'm calling Aquaria. She had the card of the winner. She had the 6 of Wands as her main card. And of all the readings, that was the strongest 3-card reading for all of them. So if I'm just backing up and not putting my personal feeling into it, I'm going with Aquaria. I'm still Team Eureka. Let's just be clear. But I'm also Team Asia. And I can be Team Kameron. And yeah, I'm Team Aquaria. The first season ever where I've been so just almost even. The year Sasha won, though, I was all about Sasha Velour. My husband and I completely disagreed. But man, I thought Sasha Velour was freaking awesome. So I would love it if y'all would share this out. Like I said, I want somebody to see it who's with the RuPaul team. I'll be their official tarot reader. Yeah. Rowan said, like Cameron's challenge card explains the way the other queens described her. It really does. I agree this season. I love them all of them. We've had a really good season because I really loved Mayhem and Monet were 2 of my big favorites at the very beginning. And Monet Exchange, y'all, I love her. Wow, she's talented. So I hope to get to see them on tour. That's one of my goals. We'll see. And Pepper Jackie says, I'm Team Aquaria. She's open to listen. Takes a lot of growth. It does. And Aquaria has grown. Aquaria's gone from this little, I always felt like she was sharp, pointed, and but I think it's really an insecurity. I think it's that she doesn't feel real. I don't think she feels like she's, like the Velveteen Rabbit. She's not real yet in her mind. Monet, right? Yeah. So we've got 4 good candidates. I hope you're going to be watching Thursday night. I know I am. And don't spoil it for others. Don't post it until at least 3 hours after the show. Some of us watch it on we have to record it. I'm Arwen. I am the professional joy seeker. I've been doing this since '85 and I love what I do. If you want to get a reading with me, come to tarotbyarwen.com and let's work together, okay? Seek joy, y'all. Pass it on.